Hey there everybody, JT Bear coming at you yet again. Just thought I'd share with everybody what I've been doing as far as the whole PVC bow construction thing, and show you a couple of jigs that I've made and a couple of bows that I've put together. Alright, let's get started. This would be one of my earlier experiments that will undoubtedly not be repeated. As you can see, I didn't put a lot of effort into the string here. This is just a piece of garden twine, a little duct tape so the arrow actually stays on it. Duct tape for everything. I was working on curves and a little flattening by hand to just press this with the glove on. Didn't work terribly well, but not terribly bad either. And tried squeezing the center a little bit to make something of a handle. I discovered with this electrical conduit, putting the two pieces inside each other is wonderful as far as resistance, because you'll notice that middle bit is not bending. But it has a tendency to fold at the edge points here if you really pull it back too far. And I just found it, I don't know, very uncomfortable. It's got a good pull on it though, and it's very sturdy bow. But that being said, I don't think I'll be making any more like this on purpose. Next thing I figured I'd do is I took that first straight pipe bow that I made and cut it in half. Then decided I'd try doing a little bit more shaping work. I used the tea kettle, handy old tea kettle, to provide some of the shape for this. And then I figured I'd try and get colorful, and I found some old spray paint that, well, it was so old it really didn't want to work, so forgive the paint job on this thing. But here, this bright little monster is going to be my fishing bow. It comes apart for me nice and easy. It's got a very short draw on it, so I'll have to make custom arrows for that, but that's fine, because I'm going to have to make custom arrows for fishing anyway. But I'll show you really quick how this looks when it's strung. I've gotten really lazy with my bowstrings, and I'm just using some cheap orange cord I found at the dollar store. I call it a dollar store, but it costs $2.50. As you can see, that's a very short brace on there, which is part of why I was looking for the glove to protect my left hand. As little as that is, and as short as that draw is, it was putting my big old aluminum arrows a good 6-8 inches into a box, fairly well stuffed with cardboard and paper, so I'm pretty sure that'll put a hole in one of those carp. And it's small enough that I can just like rest it on the front of my kayak as I'm paddling along. So I kind of like that one, and I've decided to kind of go with this shape because it works with the really short brace this way, and it kind of works to be strung up the other way. The next bow I tried making was using basically that same curve pattern. I started with a 4-foot length of pipe, so 48 inches, cut it in half, and did my shaping. Once again, I've just got that cheap orange string on here for a bowstring because I didn't feel like having to go to all the effort of making a bowstring for something I'm probably not even going to paint. I did, however, put some twine on the handle. I don't know how well that's showing up. That was a bit more of a pain than I expected, but makes for a pretty nice grip. This is basically just a larger version of that same bright orange bow, but it's got a much more realistic brace on it. This draws really nicely. This is the one I was shooting in the demonstration of those archer's gloves. So those are the bows that I've made so far. Now, bending it by hand was getting to be, well, hot. So I decided to do a couple of things that I've seen as common themes with other people making PVC bows, and it really sped things up. So I'll show you really quick a couple of those things that I've got set up right now in front of me, and let's get going with that. So this is my super simple heat trough. I haven't lined it with tinfoil or anything like that. I haven't really found a need to, and Because it's trapped between these old chimney bricks and on that cinder block there, the heat just creates a little oven, and it's heating that stuff up in no time. Just using a Mastercraft from Canadian Tire heat gun there. This is my press, I guess we'll call it, or a shaping jig, or I don't know. Like so many things, it probably has a fancy name, but I don't really care to find out. So once I heat the PVC up here, bring it over, shape it in, been sliding this into place, which gets me fairly close here, and I get a nice press along the straight part here. Gonna have to recut that on a different piece of wood because I'm not totally happy with the shape, like I was saying, but I do see some applications for crossbows, so I'm not exactly gonna toss this out. But here are the first two pieces that I formed on that. As you can see, that's nice and consistent. Those are very well shaped. I'm quite pleased with the outcome. This is Schedule 40 half-inch electrical conduit. Now, one thing I noticed about this, above ground, sunlight resistant. So I guess technically I don't have to paint this, so I might not. So basically, while the pipe is still warm, I just took it, pressed it in here, slid that into place. I've got a couple of clamps in here, but I just used my body weight because heaven knows there's enough of it. And like I said, I got a nice consistent press. And I'll just show you how this looks with the two pieces put together. Got a little bit of a bend in there. Nothing I can't fix. Now, when I actually pull on this one, I noticed that maybe this should probably be a little longer, or maybe a slightly different bit of transition work there. But this thing's got some good flex. I'm really looking forward to stringing it. First, I'll have to put knocks on it. Anyway, that's where it sits right now, and it's a little too cold out here for me to be actually making anything, I think. I'd be wasting time with the heat gun. But I just thought I'd give you all an update on what I've been up to with the PVC bows, and yeah, what you can look forward to that way if you're interested. Alright, happy hunting, safe shooting, thanks for watching, and have yourselves a fantastic day.